Yes, sir.
Two new ones, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Would you go this? What direction you go this time?
Macho Buck.
Okay,
Yeah.
get some of that macho buck in there, huh?
Yeah. Shoot, I only really had a pure macho buck dog um, one other time. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So to get these and be bringing it in again, I had when I had it, I took my mines to my Eli stuff. So yeah, but yeah, man, I like these two new assets we got, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. You gotta, you know.
yeah, I'm gonna send one down that way over the bone too. So
Oh yeah, I'm probably be able to put my hands on it,
for sure,
see what the texture like.
I know you got some shoot even when it's time to do us a breeding shit. You got something over there for the picture. No, you do.
Yeah, now lately I've been trying to get them. When motherfuckers get older, that's like it ain't no emotional time, but it's like it's real serious time when you're dealing with dogs.
No, for real.
Right now, I mean, we got some young gunners, but right now, all the Mike sons and daughters are getting old.
They getting older, yeah.
You got to face the reality. It was a hell of a run. It was what I'm saying, but now the youngest offspring just turned 6 years old. So,
Wow.
and that's the absolute youngest on the
Yeah.
earth, 6 years old. So,
Real talk.
next year it'll be 7, and you know what I'm saying, it'll be
Yeah.
8, 9, and 10. And pretty soon there won't be no more living ones on the earth unless we do some type of frozen semen type of deal,
So
which we already have
don't happen
lined
for
up.
sure. So
So,
it's already happening.
well, now we ain't
You
gonna do
know.
nothing yet. I don't have no plans yet.
Yeah, you just gonna
Uh,
hold on to it.
yeah, hold on. It ain't his time. Everybody else
And it's
getting their
time.
time.
That's
Hollingsworth
what we on the
Bull,
same.
Pirate. Everybody been getting their time. I've been seeing a lot of Shorty and
Yeah.
Dirty Jim, and all these dogs. They were probably out a little before Mike, and
Mhm.
let them get their time, and then we gonna hit the block though for sure.
For sure. That breeding that we had put together, the BCK and CPK combination that we did
Oh yeah, yeah,
with Mike.
yeah. I
Um,
lost contact with the guy that had the female that I had. I lost
Ooh,
contact
I
with him,
wish
man.
I wish you knew,
I
boy.
know, I know he's probably loving that dog. Everything happened, and then I
Yeah,
just lost contact with a
sure.
lot
I
of
know how
people.
it be. I know how it be. But shit,
Yeah.
I got I took I took I took one of the sons to um a half brother. I mean a half sister that I had.
Mm, mm.
Same mom off of that one we did directly.
Got you, got you.
And
That was
I got one.
King. Was that King's sister?
Yeah, King Kong sister. Yeah.
King Kong's sister.
Yeah, so I took
So a
Mike's
daughter. It was a daughter of King
yeah.
had made King Kong, and then you took it. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, for sure. I took that back to him, the Mike's son back to his half sister. And I got some off of them. They loving them dogs right now.
What about that white oak battle? I ain't been seeing too much of it. How that been faring up
You
around
said what?
the white oak biter stuff? Anybody been
Yeah, so
heavily
they
preserving that
you,
lately?
you you know they've been on us for years. We had was blessed to be able to put some of the last stuff that we had in the sperm bank, you
Okay.
know. And we really ain't messed with it or pulled it out yet. We ain't really did too much with it, but we got it directly in our dogs 4 6 times, and you know
Right,
what I
right, right,
mean.
right.
Like, so it's like when we ready to shoot it back up to the front, and those pure dogs again, then we gonna do it. But yeah, they be asking me about those dogs. I tell them every time, man, we don't be selling those pure dogs. There ain't no need reason for us to sell those dogs or sell sperm off of them. We just gonna use it in about 10 years or so.
You right. You right.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what you got to do, man. That's
yeah.
what you got to do. I don't think well, you ain't been here for a minute. Let's get into it. Hybrid vigor. Talk to us. Talk to us.
They
I
still
need
on
this.
that, huh?
I need the
Yeah.
CPK
Yeah.
perspective, you
All
know?
right. Shoot, man. Hybrid vigor. Shoot, I mean, to me, um, it's something that you look for when you are dealing with outcrosses. Um, Sometimes when you get those family of dogs and you breeding and you line breeding, um, you lose that extra spark because sometimes I wouldn't say you lose it, but it shows up a little less over time once you get to inbreeding and line breeding and all that stuff. Um, so that hybrid vigor is coming in and it's supposed to kickstart what you got going on all over again. You know what I mean? And
Right, right.
they've been doing this since the beginning of the time. Like some of the dogs that we started with was 50-50. We went with pure dogs and we brought in a 50-50 cross. That was that MD dog, the Mayday Jeep cross, the
Right, right,
Mayday
right.
Honey Bunch that we had. So,
Is
that
that the
was like
Armageddon? And
that was
what
the
was that?
Armageddon, yep. That was
I
the
got you.
Armageddon,
Yeah.
to the Mayday Lady doll stuff, coming off the Parada dog,
Right,
you know.
okay. So that
So
Lynch's brother, Parada.
yeah, for sure. So Lynch's
Okay.
brother. So that was like the hybrid vigor that we brought in on our white oak biter dogs. It was that 50-50 cross. And we knew that he was that because as soon as he came in, as soon as we got him off the transport, we opened the gate and he darted out and he just smacked something.
Yeah,
he was like
he with it.
he was like 9 weeks, you know. So since we got him, we knew he was that what we was looking for, and that's usually the spark that you looking for in those hybrid vigor dogs, the ones who are just high intense dogs. Usually that's what you get from doing those vigor crosses. So I don't got a big input on it. I think people have been doing it forever, and it's just like a huge topic today. But um, it brings that spark back. So some people need it, and it's not gonna always bring that spark back. So don't just think just because you're crossing dogs and stuff, you're
Right,
gonna get
right,
it.
right.
No, you're not. It's not just gonna always just come. You know what I
Hey, they'll
mean?
find out. They'll find
Yeah,
out.
you know
You
what
got
I
to
mean.
play
So
with it. Sometimes
yeah.
you got to play with it.
You
You
got to
know.
play with it, but even then, sometimes it happens out of the blue. Sometimes you'll get your best dog from accidental stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and so it it can happen all different times of when you think, when you're not even thinking, it just happens. Like, oh man. Oh, or you give your partner some dogs and he mix something up and then he come back and show you what he made. You're like, that click with that. You know what I mean? So, um, you know, yeah, that's my little input on it. You got any was they taking it in any direction? I ain't been listening too much lately.
It's sparked up. It's
Yeah.
sparked up.
I
It's
seen a
always
lot of
good
people on it
to
though.
get everybody's perspective about it. Everybody
Yeah.
got a slightly different span on it,
Yeah.
how they use it or what they if they look for it, or some breeders, that's all they want to breed.
Uh-huh.
That's all. I remember one of my partners, he did some tight breeding, and that's
Yeah.
how I know a lot of breeders back in the day, and I'm not shitting on nobody, but there
Uh-huh.
were some that knew what it was and some that
Uh-huh.
didn't,
Uh-huh.
because I would see breeders making these type of breedings, breeding tight, line breeding, keep not getting the result that they wanted,
Yeah.
and they can't say today, 20, 30 years later, that that's not what they were doing, because I
Hmm.
was sitting there watching you do that shit
Right.
over and over and over. And
Yeah.
then something happens, you make that cross, you get
Uh-huh.
over the hump, and then now all of a sudden you're doing these type of crosses and shit now.
Yeah.
So
Well,
um
the problem was, I think, is um, if a lot of people they was having trouble starting and finding good dogs in the beginning, you know. Um,
So when they were breeding and breeding and breeding these dogs, it was hard for them to find good dogs. So they didn't have no other choice but to start switching it up or jumping on other people's bandwagons. You know what I mean? Um, and that's the truth, man. Like nobody, a lot of you got believers of dog people who believe in lines of dogs for a reason. You know what I mean? So
Right,
a lot of these top breeders, they never needed nothing called hybrid vigor for their dogs to be good. You know what I mean? Um, it went to it went to shit. It went to shits once people start saying, "Oh, that's a brood dog because it was a closely line bred or inbred dog. They just made it a brood dog." You know, this is
right,
when
right,
lines started to go to shit because now you're just breeding for the blood, not the traits. You know what I mean?
right, right,
So I think that's when people started needing these things that was called hybrid vigor. But if your family of dogs is rocking from the beginning, when you breed it to something else, you're gonna expect it to be rocking still. You know what I mean?
right,
Like, like it don't change. A lot of people say, "Oh man, I do a lot. I do a lot. I bring a lot of new blood in our dogs," and they always attribute it to that line. They say, "Oh man, them dogs when they crossed into the crow. When you crossed into the crow dogs, man, them motherfuckers got." I tell them all the time, man, them dogs was good before I even knew what crow was.
right,
You know what I mean? So,
right. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Some people they look at it a different way, and that's
yeah,
fine. You look at what somebody's doing, and you kind of interpret it, this way.
uh-huh.
But really, he was thinking something totally different.
Right, right.
So,
So I known it as back in the day they used to just say battle cross and stuff like that,
right.
and that was the same thing as hybrid vigor, you know.
Hey, see, Mike Dan, here we go. Here we go. He said back then, dog man bred to use their dogs. That's the difference. Bruh, back then they had dog man with a yard full of dogs, wasn't looking at nothing.
Wasn't looking at nothing.
As soon as 10 minutes, the dog looked like he getting tired. Motherfucker pick him up and shit. Bro, why do we sit
Yeah,
here?
nah,
And Mike
nah,
Dad,
it
you my
ain't
guy,
nothing,
bro. Mike
ain't nothing
Dad,
changed.
that's
It
my
was a look.
guy, man.
The difference is to me. The difference to me is that it was easier to do it back then. You know what I mean?
Why do we do
Oh,
this though? Why do we do this? Why
you
do we
know.
why do we do this?
No, they had and some of the top breeders they wouldn't even take a peek at their dogs back then, and
Right.
they're still
Man,
doing it.
come on,
You
man.
know
Like, and then not to mention the ones that okay, so it wasn't legal, but it was
Relax.
cool enough to where everybody was doing it, obviously. But then you got guys, they never even won shit. They 0-21 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? Those
he
dudes existed back then. How do you think
said.
we got these
He said, "How
stories?
you know you wasn't there?" That's funny, man. I was there. I might have been young, but I was there. Shit, I was around.
I've
I
been
was
around
around
these
some.
dogs for a long
I
time,
was
bro.
around some real dog men who had real dogs on their yard, so I was there. You
Man,
know.
look it. I've been around dogs for a long time. Most dudes, I'm gonna tell you, I ain't saying you, Mike Dan, but most dudes, because I go back to at least the mid 90s. At least. So what you gonna give me what's that, like a 30-year button? You know what I'm saying? There's old dudes 20 years older than me that pretty much only go back that far.
Ain't
Like
nothing
I'm
changed.
being
They
serious.
was they was half doing it back then, just like they have doing it. Some dog men was
Right.
half doing it back then, just like they have doing it today.
Right. They didn't
And
know what
and
the
then you
fuck
got some
hybrid
real
vigor
dog men
was. They was
today who's
breeding
really doing.
anything.
And you got some real dog men who's really doing their thing today, and you got some people who ain't. You know what I mean? That's
You
just what
got
it is.
dudes chasing the hype back then, as usual, just running over here chasing the hype, getting out of the dog. Oh, I'm getting out of dogs. I'm done. I'm done. There was those dudes back then too, bro. Like, why do we always act like the golden? I hope they treat our age like that, to where we didn't have no blemishes. Everything was good. Everything, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's too early for that, man. It's weed. You can't even burn it that much. Hey, Pitbull in perspective, man. You big peanut head motherfucker. Don't make me put you on this screen while you over here hating. You know, you don't want to say nothing else but come over here hating, bro. I'll give you your flowers, bro. Call in. I'll give you your flowers, dog.
Said they cap it.
I have everybody rolling on this joint, bro. You peanut head. You need to be. I ain't gonna talk shit. See, I spared you, Pitbull. I spared you because your girl might be watching, and I don't want to do her like that because she might be a nice girl. He said the golden age is over. Be real. Mike Dan's one of those dudes, man. Don't do it, Mike Dan. You're turning into one of those disgruntled old guys. Come on, man. Don't do that, Mike Dan. Don't do it to me, man. Don't.
Everybody
Man.
don't
Not
want to
you,
be,
man.
everybody
Please
don't want to be golden. You know what I mean?
Don't do this, man. Don't do it.
Nobody today. If you want to be golden, you into a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? If you want to shine, if you want to be golden, yeah, I'm glad the golden day is over. I wish it was over a little bit more.
Ain't nobody with that had hella good dog. And we done with you, Mike Dan. We done with you. Let me get you over here before people be like, oh, he's talking shit about Mike Dan. I'm not talking shit. But most guys that say that the dogs aren't getting better, I did my studies, bro. So you could come up and debate me or whatever. Most guys that say that, they can't show you 2 or 3 dogs that they've had that we could all vote on here and be like, yeah, that's a significant dog. Yeah, that's, like a motherfucker never really had that shit. So when because I changed my stance. I said the dogs get better. I said, since these motherfuckers came over on the boat, I said the dogs have gotten better. That was my premise, right? But, and I conceded, I lowered my pitch to add this nuance that it goes from a yard to yard basis. Some people just wasn't having the good luck. They just buying dogs from dudes that just throw a shitload of curs. They just never were able to get the dogs to the level to, you know what I'm saying? So it's from a yard to yard basis. I told you, I knew dudes 20, 30 years ago. They never had a good dog. They were in the game 20 years before me. They never had a good dog, bro. They used to reading all the books, knowing what this guy did and John P. Kobe and knowing all this shit. But you never had a good dog, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not in the elite class of dog men in the APBT community that has good dogs, because that's a different fraternity in itself, And then when we're talking about guys that actually create these dogs, it gets really difficult to listen to this on the sideline, bro. You know what I'm saying? People done created great dogs, right? So this it gets here. It gets here, man.
I
We get
look
here
at it
early.
like this, Buck. I say it's just like in life today. You got that 45-year-old, 55, 65-year-old man who thinks because his time was the golden age that these young motherfuckers won't get in their ass. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Young dudes
You
like
got a young buck over there that was raised by his mama and his grandma that would jump off the porch and whoop your motherfucking ass, nigga.
right.
You
And
know
then
what I
I
mean?
see these old guys. See, I was
You
gonna make a
know?
video on this.
And it's even that for my age group. I'm 30, I'm 35, 34, you know what I mean? 34. So Nigga, with that being said, it's a 19, 22-year-old that'll jump off that porch and get in my ass.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, man, we got to look at it with the dogs too, man. I don't care what era you was born in, how you thought big, how big you thought you was doing it, what codes or ethic you went by. It's somebody that's still going by them codes. You know what I mean?
Let me get on. Let me get on. What I miss? What I miss?
And I thought I was froze. I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Nah. These old dudes. You know, they get up on these panels. They talk about why can't we talk about the dogs of today? Why do we still try to pull back from this and that? Why do we still try to go get this dog way back in the pedigree? But then they do the same shit. They try to come back. They see this new social media world. It's real enticing how these young guys are able to innovate and create things that, hey, let's be honest, that didn't exist. So a lot of these old ass grifters, I'm not going to say all of them, but 90% of them are grifters, right? They get up on here. They're trying to go grab some of that old ass blood. They've been out the loop, though. They tell you they've been out the fucking loop, right? And then the first thing they'll do is bring that shit back. It always happened with the YouTube guys, too, because you don't really see this with, a lot of other guys. They just try to do this and jump on YouTube and shit. Now you got these old dogs and shit again, right? But this is where you fucked up. This is like Minister Society. He said, you fucked up. You go take that blood that you claim is so good and you'll breed it to some fucking bullshit that the guys that been out in these streets already know that them dogs ain't even really like that. The dudes you bred with ain't like that. They ain't produce shit, right? You're taking it to some less superior shit, some inferior fucking dogs. And then you want us to believe that all this legacy shit, what happened to all this legacy? Right? So there's a lot of disgruntled dudes out here. I'm going to be honest with you. Young dudes, just don't let them trick you out your spot, bro. That's all I'm saying. These old dudes, them stories don't mean nothing in today's age. Because a motherfucker could get on YouTube and talk about how many dogs he fought and fucking forfeits and all this bullshit that's meaningless unless you in there and I'm got my money on the line. Only time it benefits me if I'm around that box with you and I'm betting my fucking money. Other than that, these dead motherfuckers, 4-5 generations back, ain't doing shit. Half of them motherfuckers didn't produce shit. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, because I've been around, I've been studying, right? There's a lot of dog men, they just keep a whole bunch of motherfucking dogs on the motherfucking chain. Back then, the laws was cool. Most spots didn't even have animal control laws. So you mean to tell me you got the free reign to do whatever the fuck you want to do? You're culling shit out every week, all this shit, and all that time. Like somebody jumped on one of my posts and said somebody was in the game for 35 years or however many years. Somebody that be on YouTube, and they said he only produced 2 or 3 champs or 2 or 3 good dogs or some shit like that, bro. This is the kind of shit I be talking about, bro. You got to know when if you just don't know, you just don't know, bro. Even overseas, they're doing great with them dogs, and they'll wipe the floor with your ass, brother. I don't know why people think that everybody ain't caught up to what it is. Like I could probably go to a country that knows. You can go to a city in the United States that doesn't know shit about dog fighting and get in there and win a whole bunch of shit against a whole bunch of rookies and shit. Allegedly, you know, I'm just hypothetical. You know, I don't promote no dog on dog type of shit. You know, hog hunting and shit, I think it's great. If it's legal, turn them loose. I seen a dude let his dog go from about 50 yards. That motherfucker chased that motherfucking hog down and did what he was supposed to do, bruh. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about, but it's a lot of old grifters, bruh. Like them dogs really ain't shit and they not tested like that. Like you guys be saying on these, trying to get motherfuckers to reveal their hand and shit. Motherfucker ain't got to reveal your hand. Just like you guys talk about 20-year-old shit. In 20 years, we'll talk about this shit. You feel me? Like, come on, man. We can't do that on these platforms too, though. You got the barbecue, everybody kicking it with, you know, Heinekens and shit. You know, we could talk this shit back and forth, like, you know, a little easier, right? Iron it out a little bit. But we got to stop that, man. Everybody's assuming that there ain't no good dogs in today's age, bro. I can't believe it because all the old motherfuckers is bringing this mysterious shit back out that probably ain't even real. Half of it. Just opportunists. And then what do? They immediately cross it to some fucking bullshit. Like, why the fuck would you do that, homie? You obviously not paying attention to detail.
As long as the people in front of the dogs are honest, they'll be just as good as they were then in today's world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had to go on my little rant though, because I was just, you know, this shit be getting nuts, man. It do. Show me good dogs, man. Everybody always talking about what it ain't that, ain't that. Ain't what? What the fuck do you got that you could say that the shit of today ain't like from now on? When a motherfucker open their mouth, show what your ass done had. And I don't want to hear I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that shit. Show us what you had all these motherfucking years you've been in this shit. That's so great that you can knock or even speculate about what the dog man of today has, period. Now, any dog man of today, you got to be feeling this. You got to be like, oh, shit, let me roll up. This boy's preaching that gospel today. You guys don't own this shit. You old motherfuckers don't own this shit. You motherfuckers was green when you got in this shit. I hear you guys' stories all the time. I interview y'all all the time. How'd you get in? Oh, 1975 and all this shit. Oh, so you was a young boy back then. Green boy. I just made a video. Friends and competition. What is it? If you're going to keep poking at my program, poking at my era, are you the op or what? I'm just saying, man. Watson Kennels. Let me do a little housekeeping, man. Cause we've been in here. We've been in here cooking. Let me see. Joseph in the building. Ben Brockton in the building. Eclectic in the building. Itchy. Mike Dan. Bank statement in the building. Kyle the Corso guy. Borderland in the building. What up, brother? Soul Power. What up, brother? J83. Julius Watts. My bad, brother. Andre Drake in the building. Let's get it, man. Smash that like button, man. This is just the early. You know, we're going to talk about Frisco. We're going to talk about Frisco. Space Kid just sent me in the article on the Tom Garner cloning little situation of Lee Ling, and you know what I'm saying, Frisco. On there, he said that Frisco produced more titled offspring than any other dog in the breed's history. So I was like, well, damn, you know, I'm not disputing that. But at what do we cap this shit off at? Is there a cap for this shit? You know, and I might be that greasy ass, what you call it type of dude. Well, I don't know what he got going on behind the scenes, but Mayfield's a greasy motherfucker, boy. He's a greasy son of a bitch, boy. I tell you. FD81, salute. Ty Green in the building. What up, brother? Musician in the building. Salute. Cortland Ross. Oh, yeah. Now, this is a good time. We're going to do a magazine giveaway today. You guys got to just call in and say something positive about the community. Check those chain spots. We're giving a magazine away starting right now. All you got to do is just call in the show and say something positive about the community. 1 minute, you know, just 1 or 2, 3 minutes or something. You know what I'm saying? You could make it short or you could be long-winded. That's the only thing to win the magazine. So you could start calling in at any time. You could hit the link right there, or you could tap in on my business line. Boom. There we go. Let me make sure I'm plugged up to the system. Just in case you want to call in that way. Just say something positive. Salute my brother Cortland Ross for the donation to make this possible. Let me see. Okay, so we should be mic'd up if somebody calls the number direct, or just hit the StreamYard link. Hit the link in the StreamYard. Say something positive about the community. Win the free magazine, man. And if you already been up on the panel, this one should be easy. King T, what up, brother? Magazine giveaway. Call in. Say something positive about the community. Say something positive about the community, and you win a free magazine. Of course, if it's multiple, we just gonna do a poll or something and vote, and whoever was the best win the free mag. So call in anytime during the show, call in. You can call both lines, the StreamYard line or the other one. Numbers
Well,
right there
since
on the screen, man. Numbers right there on the screen, man.
since I'm already here.
Here we go. Hold up. We got one though. Hold up. Soul Power, what up, man?
Salute, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, just came in. Salute the grind, bro. I see you doing your thing, man. Putting out dope ways of pushing this community forward in a positive light. Magazine is dope. Being innovative, man. Can't do nothing but salute the grind, man. Since you came back to the community, you know what I'm saying? You got everybody tails tucking. So, hey, man, I love it, bro. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Man.
Hey,
Nah, salute to you.
you came back on fire, man, and you holding the line, man. You know, keep doing your
Man,
thing, bro. Keep doing your
appreciate it,
thing.
man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, you find a way to turn the negative into a positive, even when it's bullshit. I see you find a way to, make it funny, man. So it's
Always.
definitely an entertaining factor to it. So, hey, salute. That's grown
Hey,
man shit right there,
you
dog.
gotta throw that one because there's another one coming. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I can't spend too much
And
time worried
man,
about that obstacle. We're gonna just throw you and we on to the next. Hold up.
Yo, can you hear me?
Borderland, what up, man?
What's going down, man?
Oh, you know how we do. Man. Talk to us.
Hey, man, I'm just calling in and saying everybody stay positive. This is a good thing going on. I'm out here working, so I can't jump on the panel. But you know what it is. I'm just showing love.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all showing me some love when I popped in.
Yes,
But
sir.
when I get back to solid ground, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to focus. I mess with you, my bad.
Give a little 1 minute for the community so you could enter for the mag.
Okay. Well, man, what I want to say is stay focused. Let's keep these shows going. What I see, a little stretch I want everybody to remember about is that the season is changing, so you start getting different parasites and different bugs that are hitting. So make sure you take care of that. Preventative maintenance is the best thing. So make sure you get in on that. And other than that, everybody stay positive out here. Put these thoughts in a positive light. We got enough negativity.
Yeah. Nah, for sure, man. That's what's up, man. Borderland, I gotta put him on the list, man. That was good, man. Something for the community.
For sure, man. Already. And much love. I'll get with y'all when I can.
For sure, brother.
Already. Well,
Go ahead, Soul. We need you.
nah, man, it's the same thing. Just all love, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. And however I can support, that's what I will do. Shout out to all of the brothers who doing it right, staying out the way, taking care of these good dogs, and we can keep this lineage of these hounds going. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to
Yeah,
add to it. Hey,
that's
I'm
what's
in
up.
here for the history. I'm learning. I got my pen and paper out, man. I'm just a student.
Hey, Borderland, I need that. If you listening, I need that write-up on the climate changing and the different bugs and parasites and shit. We need that, brother. Let's get that going. Hold up. Yo, you calling in for the mag? Hold on, let me mic you up. I had to make sure because you never know, boy. I tell you. Go ahead, brother. You got it.
All right. Yeah, I want to come in and tell you, man, I appreciate what y'all doing because, man, listen, the exact thing that y'all talking about today, y'all touching me so hard because my pops left me 54 dogs.
Mm.
And he been in the game over 30 years. But it's like, motherfuckers been, I can't, what, some of these damn dogs I don't even know. You get what I'm saying? Because so hooked on certain bloodlines. Like I said today, they'll call me green. But it's people like you and your community that help people like me when it kind of don't know what's going on, you know. And I want to say, man, y'all keep, man, I'm kind of choked up, you get what I'm saying? Because I believe in the universe. Everything that y'all say, people done said to me.
Right, right.
You get what I'm saying? They done call animal control on me. When I tell you I had 50, I wish I could show you. I'm in New York right now. I had 54 dogs. I'm down to 18 dogs because of they try to hit the tether law. They try to hit me with the access barking at 10 minutes. Man, it been so much to break me down, and I had to get some good dogs that I knew of. But I kept some dogs that other people say is good dogs, but shit, I don't know if they're good dogs.
Right.
And I want to say, man, people don't understand when it touched people in this way. And I want to say,
Yes, sir. Hey, what's your name, brother?
they call me Ty.
You said say it again.
Ty.
Ty.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, man, we're gonna enter you in there, man, to win that free mag, man. Keep listening, brother.
Oh yeah, appreciate it, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yes, sir. CPK, man, let's hear it.
Hey man, listen, man, this platform has been great, man. It's been great, and it's been setting a great example for other people to get their YouTube's going, their channels going. Man, they've been following your lead, and that, you know, people could come here and learn good, get great knowledge on how to care for their dogs, um, exercise routines. They can come here to learn about bloodlines if they don't know about pedigrees. Man, this platform has just been so great for so many different purposes. And another major one is just bringing brothers and sisters together and allowing them to be able to debate, disagree, agree, and just, you know, figure it out, you know, through conversation, you know. So yeah, man, keep on doing your thing, man. I'm gonna keep on tuning in and being a supporter for sure.
Oh, yeah, nah, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it. Getting it in, man. Getting it in. Hey, look. These topics, man. Let me see. Wicked Kennels in the building. Hey, anybody, the floor is still open. If you guys want to call in, give your spilly. Appreciate my brother Cortland Ross donated a few magazines to the community. We giving one away today. All you got to do is call in and say something good for the community, 1 minute or more, you know, and you all in. We're gonna take care of you. You dig? Nah, man, it's all about the community, man. Everybody tapping in. RBG in the building. I see you, brother. Wes Walker in the building. I see you. Let me see. Okay, so like I said, I got that article last night, and it was about the Tom Garner cloning. Good ass article. I don't know if I'm gonna use it for the 2.5 or the 3. I don't know. You know, it just depends on how I'm feeling. 2.5 is heating up. I'm trying to get it out here in the next 10 days and not bullshit. So everybody could feel that and get that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, if you know, we're gonna have the PDF, it's gonna be available. But if you want to buy the shit, go ahead. It'll be on Amazon. You could buy that joint, get the physical copy. I'm gonna tell you, magazines that you get on Amazon, they probably not gonna have the fucking thick ass cover like the the trap, the ones that come straight out the Triz app. You know, we got the fat, thick, you know. So I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there, but we got it going, man. Plenty of work going on. If you got anything you guys trying to promote, if you one of my guys, just hit me up. You know, we're gonna work it out. But if you're trying to be involved, trying to support, always hit me up. Like I said, you know, they say we're the scumbags and shit. Well, guess what? Scumbag, that's my business line right there. You know what I'm saying? I got a LLC, and we're doing good business, and we're gonna take advantage of all the opportunities that we got coming. So keep pumping out that good stuff, good pictures that you got with your dog, shows that you're doing. Even you can be a writer, interview a cat that you think is influential and important, and you want to get it in that magazine. We're gonna make it happen for you, man. You know what I'm saying? The momentum, that's one thing that you got to have when you're doing anything, whether if you hustling on the block, you doing anything in school, sports, relationships, business, you know, whatever, you're gonna need some type of momentum, and that's what we're trying to get. So all positivity. I don't want to bump into people that say that they can't do this, they can't do that. You know, if I say that I want to do something and it's out of the ordinary, I want to surround myself with motherfuckers like, you know, fuck it, you know, let's get it done. You know what I'm saying? Instead of motherfuckers doubting and, you know, thinking that it can't happen and shit. You gotta get those type of people away from you, bro. I'm telling you right now.
And
Get
that's why
those
the
type of
game
people
has
out your circle.
evolved. That's why the game has evolved, because we got people who ain't scared to go outside their comfort zones. You know, a lot of these old school ways of doing things, they're so outdated and stuck in the past that they don't even want to be enlightened by new innovative ways. You know what I mean? So this is the reason why the dog game is definitely taking going is gonna go further today, because you got new people who are willing to take to learn new things and take new risks, and it's ain't scared to get it done. You know, I think in the past the breed has bred so many low level people and low level dog men that everybody thinks that looking at that is the way to go or the way to be, and that's kind of messed it up. So now we got these youngsters who's coming in the game, and they're going to do things their way, and they're going to do things the new way, and they're going to put their spin on things, and they're not going to let nobody tell them how things should be done. You know what I mean? So hey man, you can only go further when you like that, you know. The astronauts of 30 years ago are not the astronauts of today. There's new ones, you know what I mean,
Mm,
coming up with new knowledge, you know. So it don't stop.
that's right. That's right. Yes, sir. Hey, let's check it out, y'all. You guys came for the smoke. Let's check it out. This Frisco dog, you know, those are Tom Garner's words. Frisco produced the most title dogs, more title dogs than any other dog in the breed's history. Um, you know, we're gonna take a look at it. He's the king. I mean, if you did that, right? If you did that, you must be the GOAT. You must be the GOAT, brother. You know, I'm gonna look at this for what it is. I don't doubt Frisco wasn't a hell of a producer. You know, I don't doubt that at all. Um, we even got Bubba Mex over here. He said that he picked a Frisco dog, some bitch named Fresh Skeeter or some shit. Oh my goodness, when I heard that, and you know, everybody got their preference. They do their shit. Me being a Red Boy Jocko, man, he said he had a chance to get one off of David Tant. Off of I'll play the clip. You know, it's a clip. But I'm probably gonna take one off of Grand Champion Yellow over Frisco. And he kind of alluded to, he wonder, you know, where he would be at with the dogs. He wonders what a change that would have been on his program. Kind of alluded to it a little bit, and I'm just like, yikes. And then I hear this right here, you know, Tom Gunn, you know, I didn't really look at him like that. Like he produced more titled dogs than any dog in the breed's history. You know, I never really looked at it like that. But if that's the case, then I guess we can't really have too much pushback for that, right? You know, everybody in the building, smash that like button too, man. Help the channel out. Smash the like button. We get into it. We get into it. You know, and that right. But you know me, I'm gonna flip through the pedigree because I feel like it's only fair to get that boy on there. You know, good looking dog. I ain't never said nothing bad about the dog's conformation. You do hear different stories about him. You know, I mean, you hear stories. You hear different stories that he was this, he was that. I hear he wasn't good. I hear he was good. I hear it's a cur. Heard he's cold. You know, you hear all these stories. Nobody really knows. Even these days, with a dog of this caliber, shit, you might not get the right story from the owner. You never know. He might tell you the real story. Maybe not. You know, I don't really know. I don't really get into that. You know, all this shit is old. So you know, I'm just looking at it for what it is. You know, if you the dog, if we're breeding Dalmatians and you said it was the best, the most titled dogs and shit, you know what I'm saying? First of all, just for me, I'm gonna look at how many times a dog been bred. Okay, I'm gonna look at how many times a dog has been bred, and cause we see a lot of shit lit up. You know, that's good. You're like, oh shit, this shit's lit up. You know, that shit is lit the fuck up. You know, lit up for real. So to the point where we could damn near excuse the 27 pages of what? 27 pages. Fuck. Where am I gonna keep all these motherfuckers? Okay. So I'm like, do you get that award? If you've been bred that many times, do you still get that? And that's the question that I'm asking everybody, right? Do you still get the, and I know there's Frisco fans in here, still get to stunt, okay, if I've been bred this many times, right? You're almost forcing it. And I don't know what breedings were first. I don't know if he just came straight out the gate producing champion, you know, out the gate. Or was it like 2 or 3 pages before he started producing good champs? You know what I'm saying? You know, I look at that. I look at it, you know. Give me a second, CBK. Yeah, we here. We here. False alarm. And that no debate APBT. You know, thousands of offspring versus everyone else's hundreds. Nah. I'm not hating. See, this not hating. See, you must got some Frisco dogs, Ben Brockton. Let me see some pads, Ben Brockton. See, I throw Mayday on the chopping block too. I think he was bred too many times. He got too many pages. I throw Jeep under there, Tab, all those dogs, Macho Bear, they all get exempt in my book. All of them. My ROM list would be empty. My ROM list will have dogs like Yellow Buck, dogs like Buck, you know, that don't have a whole bunch of fucking pages. They don't have a whole bunch of pages, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said, I say to conquer ROM to go 16 champs and way less breedings. Then I like that dog. I would rather go with that. I would rather go with something that's getting straight to the point rather than, you know, you got 27 pay. I'm gonna be honest. So you get 27 pay. I'm gonna tell you what happens here, and it'd be more if you put them all on here. Obviously, they put all the champions and shit on here. You know, they're not gonna let you forget about that. You know, they said they knew exactly to the number how many the motherfuckers they produced. So they're on there, right? But what's not on there is all the curs, right? That's what's not on there. Okay. Yellow Buck died early. He was a hell of a producer. That doesn't even have a page. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. He doesn't even have a page of offspring. Imagine if he had 27 pages. Imagine if Yellow Buck had 27 pages of offspring. Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. Quality, not quantity. I'm not knocking Frisco, so you guys can stop that. He said that's because Ron wasn't a thing when Tonka was at stud. Same with Midnight Cowboy and Boomerang. Yeah, but Ben, we can't sweep the fact that 27 pages, homie. Man, hold up. Let me get this back up here because I think you're not really seeing this shit for what I'm trying to show you, brother. You ain't trying to see this shit, brother. Look at this shit. This is a free-for-all. This dog had a free-for-all. And he bred to some good dogs. Li Ling. He said, you know, they talk about Li Ling and shit. You know, was she really that great? I mean, I know if that's your best bitch, that's your best bitch. I get it. She's coming down heavy off the bolio shit. That's kind of ironic, right? They keeping that bully son shit. I guess he curred out or whatever. I'd heard Snooty's ass curred out too. I don't know how true that is. I don't believe everything I hear. I don't believe nothing what I hear. You know, I only believe half of what I see and nothing what I hear. So, you know, these dogs, I mean, they were known for that. People sweep that under the rug. It's like, yeah, these dogs weren't known for quitting on top and shit. Hey, Red Boy Jocko dog's known for having no mouth. You know, I'm not, you know, it's the same thing. You know, all them motherfuckers ain't got no mouth, right? They known for that. Known for not having mouth, right? Depending on what strain you got, of course. I'm pretty sure some of these dogs were game, depending on what strain you had. Okay, let's look at this bitch because she produced some dog POR. You know, you got this grand champion right here. Okay, Shotzi. He was probably getting in that ass. She was probably nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be naive and think that she wasn't. And then she produced, you know, they took her back to Frisco. You know, this is you know, the pockets are consistent. They're very consistent. They're very, very consistent. You know, some of them don't go far. You see, they going back to that Bolio side. Shotzi too. Went back to that Bolio tombstone. That Hollingsworth bull. He got a unique pedigree. I like he has the Sorrel bull in there. That's gonna be tighter on the Klaus Zeke dog. He's actually tighter on the Klaus Zeke dog than Bolio. Beautiful dog, man. This might be one of the best looking dogs. Just if you're looking at this shit back way back in the day, just getting into this shit, you see a dog that looked like that with the cut ears and all that, man. He's a beautiful dog, man. You gotta love that. Till you really learn the dogs and you find out that maybe the prettiest dog's not the best dog. That's when things start to change for you. It's like, wait a minute. Prettiest dog is not always the best dog. You know. But nah, man, I think Frisco was a great producer, man. I just think that the number of times that he been bred, just from my taste, because it ain't like like you ain't preserving shit. Like you got all these offspring, and then all the ones that he had, like Liling 2, this, that. Like, how good were all these? You know, how good were these dogs? He produced this. Produced this dog. Frisco Liling. So it's definitely got some high potency to it. There's definitely some potency going on, you know, and all of this. Let me see. That ruffian blood. Those are some good looking dogs. Those are some good looking dogs right there. Good dogs, man. That York cinnamon. See, they kept that. They kept those dogs like that. They got niggerina on the back of them dogs. So nah, man, I think Frisco was a great ass producer, man. I thought I was gonna have some only shot is that, like, come on, bro. Like, you're not gonna get me. Like, bro, 27 pages, brother. Let me look at it. Is it deep down? Because there's a lot. Like Garner, it looks like Garner, and maybe somebody got the dog and changed the name, just kept it Garner. And he didn't really own Boots, you know, but if he did, that's like, damn, bro, you owned a shitload of them. And this right here, this would be a tight ass Frisco. Like if you like Frisco, like this would be the tight, oh my goodness, tight. See what they did with it. That Hall stuff. That Bobby Hall blood. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. At Frisco, I believe it brought a lot of bolio to the game. People are hugging on that bolio. Bolio world. Bolio world coming soon. I saw them boys. They're working. They're making big moves right now. Because it's a lot of bolio going on. We look at some of these. I like to just look at random dogs just to see what pockets they on. And then another thing about Frisco is the unbelievable the unbelievable lifespan. I think that lifespan of that joker was a long time because my partner bought one. His name was Big Red. There was one named Big Red. This was about 2004. Big Red might have been like 4 years old. He was probably about 4 years old. I know he wasn't older than 4 years old. He could have been a nice 4-year-old fucking dog. He was off of Frisco. It was a red dog, red-nosed dog. And I watched my partner drop like 7 bands for that dog. He was a good dog. Was Frisco still producing pups in the year 2000? Because that dog would have had to be born like in the year 2000 or something like that, bro. Something like that. I think they said he died in the year 2000. Let me see. Let me look on here. Okay. So he died at 15 years old. So my partner, he would have had to breed in that year 2000. Was he producing puppies at that age? That's and I hear the ADBA and they're talking about all of this. So, were these dogs really, I mean, you see what it is. You see what the offspring is. Like anybody that got 27 fucking pages, they're selling the shit out of these motherfuckers. They're selling the shit out of them. And that's what scares me, because if you're a Garner fan, and yeah, he has a lot of this shit. He has hundreds of them on his yard. But after all these dogs that been going and trading places and shit, who says and who has the best version of this? This Leling, we talk about her ROM. She barely made the POR. I like the bitch, but she struggled to make that list. She barely made it. And we'll get a grand champion. We'll say, I think it's 11 for a bitch, 15 for a male on the POR. This Ling dog, this one right here, that's the same dog. So you got to cancel that out. Then you got one there. You know what I'm saying? You got a 2-time winner right here. And this grand champion, this is the one that brings her really over the top. Nothing more like she just did, like that would be like just eye popping. Okay, this one right here. This is one that probably really puts her over the top right here. That queen dog. You feel me? He said he had Frisco frozen semen. Yeah, I could live with that. I could live with that because I think I remember that frozen semen. But I'm just saying though, you got to think about that because I know for a fact I was with my partner. We flew out of town. We was gonna check out some dogs, and he ended up cashing out. It's literally 7 racks for that dog. You know, he was a good dog. You know, I wasn't a Frisco fan. I wasn't a fan of that shit at all. Back then, you couldn't pay me to feed that shit. You know, you couldn't pay me to feed that shit. But I understand they were good dogs. It's just a simple fact. You know, I wasn't running no huge yard. I got to stick to the shit that I got. You know, that's what it really was. It wasn't like I didn't do that because I didn't like the dogs. Although I did see a lot of dogs off of that line that I didn't like, you know, in all fairness. In all fairness, y'all. You know. This ain't just a magazine. It's a movement. The American Pit Bull Terrier. Real dogs, real yards, real history. From legendary bloodlines to modern breeders, keeping the flame lit. Yard spotlights, breeding knowledge, controversy, culture. This is for the ones who walk it like they talk it. No fluff, no fakes, just dog man, dog woman, and dogs. Grab your issue now, support the culture. Because the legacy don't live online, it lives in print. Get that magazine. Get that magazine. I sent out a bunch yesterday, a shitload yesterday. We getting it. Mike Dan, I think you said you didn't get yours, Mike Dan. What happened? Should be there, man. Should be there. Let me know. Shoot me a text. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Go ahead and get that magazine. Text that number if you need any info on it. If you can't hit that QR or you can't, you know, hit that number. We got you. Big Frisco. Neptune. I know I seen yours in the pile yesterday. Let me double check. I'm sure I remember writing that shit. I take a picture of all of them before I send them on. There you go. Neptune. First one on the stack. Yep, you're in there. I saw it. All 10 bullies is in there too. Bub Johnson in there. Lamont Grant in there for that those 2 free magazines. Those are shipped off. A couple other names I don't want to say the names. I don't want to just say the names and shit, you know what I'm saying? But y'all in there, man. We getting it, man. Text that number, troubleshoot anything. If you ain't got your shit, man, hit me up. You ain't bugging me. That's what business is all about. We're figuring it out so we can find the best way to bring you the best everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, look it. I think Frisco, it's not this isn't a stretch, man. You know, the dog, I guess he just fell into a guy's hands that really didn't look at how many times you breed the dog as a negative thing. You know, my thing is this. If that's my line, because I'm giving out good dogs. So if I give out this many good dogs, How long would it take for somebody to eclipse me if it's all about money? Right? So the fact that nobody has been able to eclipse this guy after he give out so much, your bloodline is sacred. So even me, like, I just can't just give you all the Michael Myers shit, because then you could just produce better shit than me. It's like, come on, there's got to be a cap limit to it. And if somebody did that, that's what we call a peddler. Well, that's what everybody else calls it. How long would it take before somebody just says, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just duplicate what he does. I'm seeing what you're doing. I've been watching you. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Hey, eclectic, man. Hey, appreciate you, man. And that one with what I think is son or nephew or one of them with the, hey, I'm gonna use them for them shorts, man. We need all the shorts, all the promotion, everything. If you guys got videos or you know, somebody checking out the magazine, something that you would think I would love to see, you reading the magazine, pictures, anything, send me all of that, brothers. Send me all of that to my number right there. Text me all of that, man. I need all those shorts so we can put them on our social media platforms and keep promoting positivity. That's what we're doing, right? That's all we're doing. We're promoting positivity. Janae Johnson. Salute everybody. Salute everybody in the building. Let me see. Watson Kennels. He said, what's your opinion on the Gaston and Buck dogs? Gaston and Buck dogs. I really like that line. I had one directly off of Champion Boy, and I had 3 of them directly off of Champion Bull Boy. So I had a male off of Crystal. I had a lot of those dogs. Those dogs are really good. Those dogs are really good. Back in the day, I say, because the Macho Buck market, the Mayday Macho Buck market, those dogs were high priced. If you wanted the real Mayday shit, if you wanted that Southern Kennels shit, Evolution, you know, them type of kennels that was having those dogs, Angels, and you know, the good guys that were having those dogs were very expensive. And me being a young man, I really wasn't trying to pay all of that. You know, not like that. I pay, but it's like shit. If I can get a dog for $1,000 or 1,500, why should I pay 3,500? You see what I'm saying? So the Gaston dogs, they were crossed up unique in a way to where you could get that same type of buck infusion, judiciously infused. You can get that judiciously infused traits from the Gaston dogs that you're getting from like the Macho Buck dogs or those type of dogs, you know. So I found out quick, man, that I can get these dogs for a fraction of the price, and you know, it working out, man, working out big time, you know. Working out big time. see. Let me get that poll up there for you. Cosmon, what up, man? We getting it in, man. Smash that like button. There's still some outstanding likes. I know we got haters, but I didn't know we had this many haters. Smash that like button. Throw a dog a bone. We like to continue to cook and not worry about the likes. So get the likes up. Let me see. Yes, sir. Smash the like button. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. You know where you at. It's the Wake and Bake Show. Ain't nothing changed. We ain't been changing anything lately. We've been rocking out. Get this up here. You guys got to vote. You guys got to vote to see who's gonna win that magazine. You got to vote to see who is gonna win the APBT magazine. It's at a constant pressure. Says something about the community. Ty called in about the community. Borderland called in about the community. And Soul Power hit that link and gave something positive about the community. I just want to thank y'all, brothers, and thank brother Cortland Ross for the hefty donation, and you know what I'm saying, keeping it going, man, keeping it going. I got the poll there. You guys can vote. We need some votes, so let's get them votes up. Let's get them likes up. Share the stream so we can get more people in here. Some of y'all seen it. I hope you saw it. Maybe I should have did it right away. Maybe some of y'all left, but if y'all saw it, or even if you didn't, just pick one. You know, we're gonna whoever get the most votes is gonna win the magazine. Cortland Ross magazine giveaway, courtesy of Cortland Ross, the sponsor. So let's get it in. Let's get it in. Where we at? Oh, we got some shit. Okay, Ty getting it in. Ty getting it in. Borderland getting it in. Getting it in. Hope you brothers is watching. All you got to do is just text me, hey, I won the mag, and I got you. I leave my texts for the day. I take care of all of them. Getting that shit in, man. Constant pressure, the leader. 32% of the votes, 22 votes. Let's get at least 50 votes. Let's get at least 50 votes. So the topic, you know, Frisco produced. Let me see. I want to look at something though. I really want to look at something. I really want to look at something because that ship, dog, RIP, overseas type of shit. You know, we talking about overseas shit. We ain't talking about no illegal purposes, you know, none of that shit. You know, we just looking at it for what it is, man. We're just looking at it for what it is. Sometimes you got to look at it for what it is. You know, and so I want to look at Ship just for a second, man. I'm gonna give him the same type of hard critique like I did Frisco. Frisco had 27 pages of offspring. You know, you just can't get that overnight. It's 9 times 3. It's 9 pages times 3. 9 pages to me, you off the chart. I never have a dog with 9 pages. Never. Just because I'd always, even when I first got into this game, I thought that overbreeding them was unfair to the other dog. Like there might be a dog that just had 1 litter. You know, that motherfucker was a good ass producer, but he's got this guy with 27 pages. Okay. So that's why we break heads down and we do what we do. Because this is our podcast. We do what the fuck we want to do anyway. But other than that, this is what we do. So I like the way he's bred. Got a lot of nice little pockets in there. A lot of you know, all of this shit. This is some old ass blood. Your Rufus blood back there. Limey kennels. You know, we got a bunch of different dogs in the pad. But what I'm here for is the offspring. So I'm here for this. We got 9 pages. That's a lot. You know, let's look at the last page, even though I didn't do Frisco like that. But the last page, you know, that's a page. You know, that's if it was just that, you know, we'd be like, okay, you know, that's a page. That's a page, not a full page, but it's a page. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that, and these are all overseas fucking dogs, you know, the fact that he was able to produce a shitload of champions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, 7, 8, you know, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, you know, oh, no. Yeah. So, and I think he's somewhere around 20 or something, 50, 20 or something, you know. And it was a lot of breeding, a lot of them pages, you know, it'd be a lot of breeding and shit, you know, probably like 30, you know, it's like, you know, I don't know exactly how many Hip actually has, you know, I don't know, you know, but just something to look at, man. Just something to look at when we're breaking shit down. Frisco and all these dogs, then you got the dudes, it's overseas dog. So we got guys that they talk about dogs of today, and I don't know if you want to do that, man, because it's just not a thing to do, especially if you know shit. That recoil buck got a lot of points. Yeah. Oh, he said Mr. Hybrid Vigor. He said he's Mr. Hybrid Vigor. Cosmon. Hybrid Vigor. He said mist. Put that mister on that shit. You know? I don't know who sent me these pictures of these battered pups, the puppy accidents, and look, bro, I don't condone and know nothing, bro. So you don't need to show me none of that shit, bro. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I don't I hope the puppies, you hope you separate them motherfuckers. But or the two didn't make it, or look, we're under attack, man. We gotta understand that. We gotta conduct ourselves better than the other communities do. We can't just think that we could get away with anything, because we can't. Ain't no wiggle room. He said that overseas cap, man. Them overseas, man, they got good dogs, bro. You tripping? You tripping, sauced up? His all stuff, Rizal, man. You tripping, man. That's what I would have told you. Yes, sir. Now that hybrid vigor one, man, it struck a nerve, bro, because we get up on here, even me, man. Niggas know it all and shit. Sometimes, fuckers. I'm willing to learn. I like being wrong, because it just kind of reinsures the fact that I gotta keep studying, right? So when you wrong, you make mistakes. That's not always a bad thing. But that one hit home, and I've been hitting cats. I've been wanting to know, because I think that those perspectives, that's how I learned how to do a keep. I took about 5 different keeps. I read them all, and I took out the pieces that I could use, and the pieces that I couldn't use because of my environment or my setup or just my budget. I threw that out. I didn't use that. So I compiled it with 5 different keeps. And I took a little bit of nothing hard that I did. Um, and you make your own. That's how you're gonna get to that next level. That's how you're gonna breed your dogs to be adjustable to your program. If I got a certain routine that I do, to where these dogs got to do a certain amount of things, they got to get through certain obstacles. Pretty soon, I'm only going to be breeding dogs that can get through that. And when I'm birthing dogs, they're already going to be exposed to those type of activities. So eventually it's just going to come with it. Yeah, I know I can't. Those dogs don't do this program, what I'm doing. So you exclude those out of the program, you come with something else. That part. That part, man. Smash the like button. Let me see this poll. Let me see this poll. Constant pressure in the lead. Borderlands second. Constant pressure in the lead with the 31% of the vote. 35 votes. We got 80 in here. You guys can vote. Come on, man. Refresh that screen. Refresh your screen. Let's vote. We can get 15 more votes, I'm sure. We got 75 in the house right now. 15 votes. Let's go. Get it in, man. It said battered pups. Yeah, look, man, don't. Look. I be trying to be nice. Look, don't, because they come and snatch the phone. You done sent that. Now I didn't delete it and shit. You know, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. We got to be smarter than that. You can't think that they're not after you or they're not after me. Nah, bro. You tripping. You're gonna be one of the motherfuckers that get caught up, and the satellites ain't gonna get you. You know the the satellites ain't gonna get you, nigga. You just gonna get got though, nigga. Trust me. I know the play. I know the play very well. No matter what I would have done, you know, it didn't matter, man. Them motherfuckers, they think you're doing something, they taking your dogs, man. They taking them bitches. You better have some lawyers and shit now. You better save some money. Motherfucker talking about they don't want to sell no puppies. Shit. You better save some fucking money for a lawyer. Sell them goddamn puppies. Get that lawyer. Get that lawyer money. Yeah, that shit stacked. Because damn it, you're going to need it. To fight through them lies. Hey, if they want to lie on you, man, they gonna exaggerate. You know, and you know how it go. Every time you done got pulled over by a cop, that motherfucker done said something that was just exaggerating like a motherfucker. You know, straight up. Yes, sir. Bloodthirst, what up, brother?
I like to work. I work. Like a 9 to 5 or a 10 to 6. I came up pushing dimes 24/7. I'm working every day. 24/7. I'm working every day. Work. Like a 9 to 5 or a 10 to 6. I came up pushing dimes 24/7. I'm working every day. 24/7. I'm working every day. Wake up at 7 like I got a job, but I don't got one. I sell dope and ride, getting every dollar. That's my GD. Every day in these streets, I be ducking police. I keep me a backpack, just like I'm in high school. And I feel like a carpenter, cause I always keep the tool. Every day I work, blowing on that perp, sipping on that perp. I'm leaning off surf, 24/7. I hustle hard, and 24/7 I stay barking with my dogs. Y'all know what's happening, bitch, I stay trapping in your apartment, in the hallway trafficking. I'm moving weight, my pockets looking big, and you don't work, your pockets looking thin. I'm getting twice the money, as if I had a twin. I'm all about money, you can tell I get it in because I work. Like a 9 to 5 or a 10 to 6. I came up pushing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me see something. There was a they had so Bubba Max. You guys know Bubba Max, man. He said that he had an opportunity to get one off of Yellow, and he picked the one off of Frisco. Wow. That definitely could have changed shit, man. Because I think at that time, that's when those Red Boy Jocko dogs were really going in. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just a magazine. It's a movement. The American Pit Bull Terrier. Real dogs, real yards, real history. From legendary bloodlines to modern breeders, keeping the flame lit. Yard spotlights, breeding knowledge, controversy, culture. This is for the ones who walk it like they talk it. No fluff, no fakes, just dog man, dog woman, and dogs. Grab your issue now, support the culture. Because the legacy don't live online, it lives in print. We back. We back. Commercial break. We got to do commercial breaks, man. This is a real network. Andre Drake, man. You enjoying the mag or what, brother? Come on, man. Okay, constant pressure's running off with it. 45 votes. He got 42% of the votes. He's running off with it. Constant pressure. He's running off with it. 5 more votes. We'll call it good. But now look at this, and this ain't no shot at Bubba Max and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just think that would have changed the program. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, and then back then too, man, that was whew. Because I don't know if you need the Frisco like that, but that yellow shit. Well, yellow was kind of bred a bunch too. I doubt if he was bred like Frisco anywhere near, or even anywhere near Mayday either. Mayday was bred like a motherfucker too. I'm not gonna sweep that under the rug. I'm not, you know, 27 pages. I don't know. I gotta see. We'll go down to we'll see who got the most pages of all times.
Yeah, I purposely kept away from a lot of Red Boy stuff, but I like it, and it's starting to play a pretty good role in what I'm doing.
Okay.
Just the bean stuff for sure. I love the bean blood. Anything that Jerry Wiseman bred up is wonderful. Yeah. So anything that his son Guy bred up is wonderful. Just good dogs.
There
good
gotta be
people.
some in there that's not the shit. I mean, come on, motherfucker. You can't just breed and just have everything. I mean, I think when you get like that, you start to get into this hoarder stage to where you're just keeping everything and thinking that all dogs are created equal and equality and shit. You know, there ain't no equality in dogs, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Good everything. So yeah, man. You know, when I contacted David Tant, this was the first breeding a yellow penny, which was off of Marlowe's Mr. Bulldog and another pure red boy bitch. Those pups were only
Wow, I would have bought the
$800.
whole litter. I would have bought the whole fucking litter. Wow. Let me see. Let me see some shit. That's amazing. What was that bitch's name? Penny. You could have had the littered mate. You could have owned Tance Lola. Hey, I know Bubba Max is kicking himself right now. And I'm a Red Boy Jocko fan. So with all due, but bro, you're kicking yourself right now. You could have owned Tance Lola. That was some good Red Boy Jocko. I'm sorry. That was some damn good Red Boy Jocko. Right there, buddy. The premium of the premium. Bubba Max could have been the Red Boy Jocko king. But he chose to go with Frisco. And behind a Tom Garner, you're never going to be the man. Not with that blood. Not with that blood, buddy. As the way it looks or the way it went, you know, I would guess this was probably 30 years ago. You know, when you had this opportunity, this was probably 30 fucking years ago. Right? You know, and you got to make those decisions. You got to make those hard decisions. You know, Frisco, you know, building around Lola, or would you say her name was Francesca?
Yeah, man. You know, when I contacted David Tant, this was the first breeding a yellow to penny, which was off of Marlowe's Mr. Bulldog and another pure red boy bitch. Those pups were only $800.
Wow.
And I ended up getting my daughter Frisco instead, and Frisquita.
Fresquita.
But I always fucking wondered what would happen.
Fresquita? Who the fuck is Fresquita? Woo! Hey, I need to know. I need to know. I need to know, goddamn it. We need to see who the fuck is Francesca. Hold up. Frisquita. Let's see this Frisquita shit. She got a lot of hits. She got a lot of damn hits. She got a lot of damn hits on her pad. Smack that like button. You know how we do. You know how we do it in the hood. We in the hood. What the hell? What the hell, Hey. Let me see something. Let me see something. Oh, I be letting my phone die. How you let your phone die? How you let your phone die when you right in front of the charger? Only me. We got to look at this Fresquita, man. There's got to be something in the Fresquita. You had this choice, Bubba Max. It's what choice you made. It's the choice you made, Mr. Max. Fresquita. Oh, Fresquita. Shit, he bred the fuck out of Fresquita. Shit. Fresquita. She got one champion. Okay, that's Miss Mouth. Okay. Mr. Mouth Fresquita. Oh, okay. I got you. So this is the haystack. This is the haystack lineage. This is the haystack. You know. I had two off of this dog, man. I don't know how the fuck is it not on here though. It was Skillet. His name was Skillet, and the bitch's name was Riri. Because I think there was some crocodile mismouth too. Let me see how a crocodile was bred. Yeah, that was a good ass dog right there. Some good dogs. Bubba Mex, man, I don't know if you made the right decision, buddy.
Yeah, I like bingo stuff real well, bud. Yeah. But man, Yellow John is hard to beat also, bud. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, I purposely kept away from a lot of red boy stuff, but I like it, and it's starting to play a pretty good role in what I'm doing.
Okay.
The bean stuff for sure. I love the bean blood. Anything that Jerry Wiseman bred up is wonderful.
You had your chance to get the shit right off of Mr. Bulldog, brother.
Yeah, so
damn, Bubba
anything
Mex.
that his son Guy bred up is wonderful. Just good dogs, good people, good everything. So yeah, man. You know, when I contacted David Tant, this was the first breeding of yellow to penny, which was off of Marlowe's Mr. Bulldog and another pure red boy bitch. Those pups were only $800.
Whew.
And I ended up getting my daughter Frisco instead, and Frisquita. But I always fucking wondered what would have happened if I would have spent the money with Tant. Would that have been something that changed my focus and my direction? Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah. So just another reminder, tomorrow at 11.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know, you live and you learn. I'm not saying he made a bad decision. You know, that's the I think the grandmother to Haystack and Miss Mouse mother and all of this shit. You know, you got to get it in. And also, what the hell we monetize, baby. We monetize. See, the good Lord, he gonna bless me whether a hater like it or not. That's the way God works. You know, he gonna bless you no matter if the haters want you to fall. Some dudes only watch you because they waiting on you to fall. Right? They don't control God's blessings though. Okay? So support somebody that's trying to do something positive, man. We're trying to do something positive for the community with this monetization. We'll be able to do more with the channel, right? And we've been working hard for months with no monetization, brother. Right? That shows dedication. So everybody that was able to watch all those streams and shit with no commercials and shit, man, that time's over. Them days is over, man. We moving on to bigger and better things. We did that. We did that for months. Giving you that sauce. The sauce packs. And the haters didn't want this to happen. The haters didn't want us to be monetized. You know why? Because they don't think that there's enough in this world for everybody. You understand? Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate you. You know, for sure. For sure. We gonna just keep kicking doors down. Right? The haters are pissed off. They're like, damn, who am I gonna snitch on? You know. Look, man, don't build your channel off of fuck shit. Be solid, man. That shit never goes out of style. This fuck shit, that shit goes out of style every other week. But sticking to the principle, taking care of your family, looking out for the ones that was there for you when you was at the bottom, you know, that shit never gets old. Never. I heard in these days, if you're a snitch, you know, it really ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not following that trend. Because when shit get back right and it go back to the way it was and living back to the principle, my name's still gonna be clean. You know, we're gonna monetize, man. I'm gonna hit that button. You know, we're gonna be able to do our thing on these videos and get it back going. Oh yeah, hey, Dogman TV. We're gonna keep it going because you got to be like really posting up on evil. That's how I look at it. Yeah, I come hard. The delivery might not be the best delivery, but at the end of the day, the message is to just man the fuck up. Man up. Be your own boss. You know, you got to go look at my old videos though to get that before all the fuck shit. And I apologize because I laughed at the shit too. It's funny. I kept doing it. Like, you know what? I need a good laugh. Let me go at these clowns, right? But I don't want you to forget about all of the good things that we've been blessed with and all the good things that we're still going to do. Consistency is doing shit that you say you're going to do, man. 2.5 is going to be able to be on everybody's desk, PDF. Yeah, go buy it. You want to buy it, go buy it. But I'm giving it away for you for free. I'm giving you my hard work and other people's hard work away for free. The least you could do is promote us. The least you could do is go tell 100 motherfuckers about us so this shit can spread. We can really be a big brand. I heard somebody complaining about what they can make on YouTube and what they, you know what? That's because you came in this community and you wasn't thinking about nobody but yourself. Because if you was thinking about everybody, you would open it up and bring more people to the community so that everybody can benefit instead of coming trying to suck off of the however many people's in the community already. Right. How many new people are you bringing? That's what you should be looking at. Bring new people. The old people that already been here, they already been here. Okay. You start your channel tomorrow, you get this good support. That's because we got the best core. Don't shit on your core. Don't think you're better than your core. But bring more. Monetized. Let me show you a couple pairs. But don't get mad, man. You a cool dude, man. Go subscribe to Bubba Max, but Yeah, I gotta give you the. Don't be mad. Don't be mad at me, Bubba. You getting the bonehead of the day, buddy. You could have bought one of these for 800. You didn't do it. You could have bought one of these for 800 and you didn't do it. You gotta be the biggest bonehead of the day, Bubba. Gotta be. And I'm a Red Boy Jocko guy, so totally biased. Totally. I can show you my first two dogs, and it'll give you a whole idea about where I'm at with this. But you could have got Tance Lola. You went for that. Haystack has made a great thing, but I don't know if he would have made an impact if he wasn't with Garner. Garner, he's gonna make every dog make an impact because he is the program. He'll take a less fortunate dog and turn him into a superstar because he is the program. Okay? Let's look at this Lola bitch. Produced Toe Jam, ROM. You know, Lola D was a good one. Burns Big Head was a good one. Wow. Hot Dog's Daddy. So you could have had Lola. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy, bruh. With the youngsters day, that's crazy work. That's crazy work, bruh. Wow. All these dogs. Toe Jam. Toe Jam was a good dog. In spite of all the bullshit, you know, Toe Jam was a good dog. Let me see. Ooh, and she was a two-time winner. Oh, Bubba Max, you fall the biggest bonehead. Oh, you kept a fresh skiska? Oh no, Bubba Max. She was a two-time winner. Wow. They bred her back to triple A. Ooh. And got this line right here that's just crazy. Lola, come on, man. I don't know if Friskiska could do this, man. Wow. Wow. But I'm a Red Boy Jocko fan, so totally biased opinion. If you could get past that and look at this for what it is, you can learn something. But if not, you know, I understand. I understand. Let me see. Let me get fresh Friskiska up here. Okay. There she go. Let me get it back up here for you. Bam. He took that one over that. Yep. Constant pressure slid with the magazine, 61 votes. Appreciate everybody that voted. All my brothers that voted. Constant pressure. We got it in. We got it in. Let's get that man his mag. Let's get that man his mag. Hold up. Okay, here we go. So then this bitch, I mean, yeah, it was hella ago. The bitch probably wasn't that great. Maybe she was, but she wasn't no 2-time winner, obviously, or a POR like that, like the other bitch is. You know what I'm saying? like motherfucking Lola. I'm telling you, that would have changed your world, Bubba Max. It would have changed your world. And maybe you had all the best of luck. Maybe Bubba Max has had the best fucking luck because Frisco is the fresh ski sky. He's the best. He's the GOAT. He's got the top dogs, the consistency, right? He got the most titled dogs. So this one should have been titled, you know. But then you look at the pedigree, and she was able to produce her shit. Bred back to the Simba dog, you know, speculations about him. I don't really get into that. But, you know, he was good enough for at least a short period of time. Great enough, you know. You know. Pat it in. Look, you got some shit though. Miss Mouth dog. He said, I'm putting that Garner on that shit. Fuck that. And he just took his shit. But he bred this, you know. I don't know, man, if that was a good idea. I mean, of course, we can look at the haystack. We look at haystack. He been bred 1,000,000 times. I don't even know which one to click on. I don't know which one. Maybe it's this one. Either way, now he's been bred. That's probably not even the right ped. A different one. He probably got a bunch of peds. But I mean, and then you put it back in Garner's hand. I think Garner, he has the ability because when you're under that program, you're making any dog famous. You're making any dog just over the toply famous, bro. And then the ones that Bubba Max had off of Fresquiska, you know, you got that Clyde dog, you got this dog right here, that Zab Judah dog. You know, I mean, to me, you know, I would rather have Toe Jam and shit. I guess Littlefoot was, you know, probably a good ass dog. Double bred on the Simba stuff. And you know, he kept that Simba shit. You know, you was liking that. It's got Frisquita. I'm tripping, man. Frisquita. That shit's fucking me up. Good bred dogs. I mean, I would like to see something out of it. You know, a lot of times shit happens to the dog and shit. Like, okay, you know, you produce a good dog, but then where is around this? And I would look at this dog right here. It's like, okay, maybe he produced a shitload of dogs, you know, and he didn't. He just produced that one dog, and then it's really nothing. So it's a needle back. You're back at that needle in the haystack, like what I tell you guys all the time. When you're breeding and you're looking at dogs and you're adding shit to your program, and then you get to this pocket where you can't fucking find a good dog for fucking 20 years and shit. It happens. It happens. I'm not saying this situation at all. You know, I don't know this situation, but there's people that are listening. They're going to hear this shit and they've been down that road, or they know somebody who's been down that road. So just not as vibrant as what I would see with Lola. I'm gonna stay over here. It's just way better on the lineage, to me, more successful line. Grand Champion Yellow and what they've been able to produce, and all those dogs, I think is more successful than the Haystack line. And the Haystack line had, it's probably equal with the breedings all combined. Because like I said, Garner is his own system, so he's gonna pump that shit out no matter what nobody says. He's pumping that shit out. It's gonna be big, pumping out big litters on that. You know what I'm saying? CHK, what up, man? DMV, what up? Salute everybody in the building, man. We had a time. Yeah, I got a few runs I gotta make, a few things I gotta do. Few things. You guys stay good, man. Stay blessed. Blessed up. That was the show. Frisco. Look, he produced the most. I think the dog was bred a lot. But coming out the gate, and we can agree to this, that even though that's a lot of breedings, every dog might not be able, back in the day, every dog might not be able to accomplish that even with that many breedings. Not every dog. A lot of them would have, though. That's my point. A lot of dogs would do this and eclipse this majorly. Probably have 100 fucking titled dogs or champions or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Hundreds of them if they were able to get bred a lot. Yellow Buck being one of them. Chance Lola, I take a son off of that any day if I had Lola. And Bubba Mex, you don't have to speculate about what your yard would have been if you would have got Chance Lola. You don't have to speculate. And maybe you wouldn't have picked her. Maybe you would have picked one of the other litter mates. Maybe it would have been, it probably wasn't Lola, right? Maybe it was one of the other litter mates. Because Penny too, you know what I mean? They had a whole bunch of them, man. They had a whole bunch of good dogs coming off of that line right there. So, hey, man, a little history for you. We've been getting it in. You guys know what you're doing. You guys are waking and baking. Another good one in the books. Oh, man, I see you, brother. Everybody in the building. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. Everybody that been smashing that like button, subscribe, all of that. He said, Suppressor can't get no man. He ain't got no hybrid vigor. Oh, man. I don't know what. I don't know what that's about. You dig? Yes, sir. Everybody, man. Everybody. You guys stay easy, man. We out. This ain't just a magazine. It's a movement. The American Pit Bull Terrier. Real dogs, real yards, real history. From legendary bloodlines to modern breeders, keeping the flame lit. Yard spotlights, breeding knowledge, controversy, culture. This is for the ones who walk it like they talk it. No fluff, no fakes, just dog man, dog woman, and dogs. Grab your issue now, support the culture. Because the legacy don't live online, it lives in print.